bring a happy springtime vibe into your home with this colorful and crafty wagon. Use it as a centerpiece or even outside as a punch of fun to your front porch. Project designer Dana Engemann brings this creative DIY project. It's so cute.
Thank you.
And
it is fun.
And you've just used a bread pan, which is just, most of us have those hanging out.
So what I tried to do is I love to recycle and reuse things that are fun, and a lot of people collect things, and so it's really a fun way to be able to use something that you've just been collecting.
So tell us about this finished project and
so
how you...
I made it out of a bread pan, so I like to collect things like that, but I just actually bought a brand new bread pan and kind of distressed it. And I made it to look like a little wagon, and then I just filled it. Inside of it, this one I filled with some cute little party girls that just to kind of represent spring and just, you know, a lot of happiness.
We're jumping on the wagon. Everyone get on the wagon. Here we go. So you just bought...
On this particular one, I did just buy a brand new one.
Okay.
But there are some people, and there are people that collect those really cute vintage bread pans. You can use fun things like a colander or just a little tiny metal tub. You can buy those things around a lot. But I was trying to show you that you could just create a little wagon out of anything like that.
And for those of us who have nothing vintage at home, this is a good option.
Right.
You can kind of make it look vintage.
Yeah, you just paint it up, you kind of distress it, you kind of put some brown on it. It makes it look a little bit old and used and scratched up.
Okay.
But what I did is I started off with some little axles, which are just little wooden dowels.
And you just get those at the craft store?
Painted them, yep. I drilled a couple holes in the bottom of my pan, and I just put some wire around it. Now, hopefully I can get this through there, but I just put those through. Yeah, can you get that now?
Help you get those through.
This just makes it so it's pretty secure. I tried originally gluing it, and then the glue doesn't work that great. It doesn't like to adhere. And then I just twisted it up inside here. Kind of, you can see it just kind of creates that little axle.
It's not like it's going off-roading or anything, so you're just trying to get it there.
They don't have to really be useful, so. So I would just wire both of those two on the bottom, and you've created a little, you can kind of see how it rolls.
The base to your centerpiece.
And then what I did is I tried to create this that it looked like it was being pulled by butterflies, which
so cute.
You could do a little handle, but these little butterflies I just buy at the craft store, and they have wires already on them. You can add longer wires if you want to make it, you know, longer. I did add longer to that, but I just wrapped up a little bit of a circle base, and I just glued them right down here into the base of the wagon, and then they just look like they're being pulled by. And then you can I created little people, you know, I sewed a body and dresses and things like that, and then we adorned them up with all sorts of fun. You know, the party hats are easy. The party hats, you can just take a piece of, you know, I have scrap paper, like little squares like this. Yeah. And I just took one.
And that's how you're making the hat?
Yeah, and so I just take it and I twist it like a little cone to the desired length. Then I just take my glue gun and I just run a little bit of glue right down the center there. And I just fold that down, and I didn't bring my scissors, but fold it all the way down, and then you just trim that off, and that will be what glues right to the top of the hat.
So on this little body, you just made that up?
Yeah, I just made that up. I mean, you can do like a dog. I put a little dog in here. You could make it be a bunnies, add ears to them, just kind of whatever you'd like. You can make it be a bunch of little boys in a wagon, and put some, you know, tractors and all that stuff. But anyway, and then the cute little dresses, you can do any color. And that's what I love about spring, is you can just add so many colorful, they have so many fun things, and like the little felt balls, and it just is happy with all the color, and it just brings a little burst of color.
It does,
for
and it
spring
almost
decor.
kind of is like a little whimsical, kind of makes you chuckle when you think about this being their hair, and
so like
all of the little touches.
And you can do it for different seasons. I was thinking of doing one filled with little witches when it comes time for Halloween, and you know, and on the tag you would just put something like a, you know, witch something, you know. Yeah. Happy Halloween. But they're super easy, and I love that you can reuse something that you love.
Yeah, and I imagine all of us have fabric or paper scraps sitting around, and so you've just really used everything you had.
Yes.
I love that you've added the grass too, because that makes it feel extra springy. Where did you find this?
I just bought it in a pick like this, and I just cut off a little section with my wire cutters, and I glued it right down into the base of that. And then on the short little ones, I cut them off so it's a little bit shorter, and did the same thing. So, yeah, I mean, just use your creativity, and you can just come up with so many fun things. And I put this little banner on it and glued it with these little tiny clothespins, and there's so many little things you can adorn. I put fur for the hair.
And the little buttons on
the wheels. I did little jewels like this.
And where did you find those?
They're just buttons that you can buy at the fabric store, craft store. I just bought these at Joann's, I believe. And then I just glue those right onto the front part of the wheel. And it creates just a little bling to your spring wagon.
So are you like, I mean, did you go to the store and think, okay, I'm going to use this on my wagon, I'm going to use this on my wagon, or is this all stuff that you had?
Well, I feel like when I do go to the store, I do get inspired by fabrics. And then if I see a cluster of fabrics together, or when I start gathering in my cart, it'll just be like, these are so cute together. What can I do to use all of them? Or, like, you know, or you see these darling felt ball garlands, and it just inspires you to think of something springy, doesn't it? And so it just kind of forms from there. And then creative papers. So all of those patterns, and I love mixing patterns and colors together. That's kind of my thing. So that just makes me happy, and I feel like it just inspires me to kind of create something. But,
any tips to share about mixing patterns and colors? And
you know what? Don't be afraid to mix the patterns and colors. So many people feel like they have to be organized to go color coordinated with each other, and it really doesn't. I think that you can tell it just looks happy and cute.
Yeah.
And you can put the black with the white and pink. You know, I don't think it has to be a specific pattern or a fabric that has all those colors. It's just feel free to do it and do what you like. And I think when you do what you like and what makes you happy, then it just, no matter how it turns out, you'll always like it.
Dana, thanks so much for sharing this fun, creative, springy idea and for getting us all in the mood. You teach some workshops.
I do. I teach craft classes, workshops at my house once a month, and we do a fun holiday project like this, and you can check them out on my website. It's www.danaengemanndesigns.com.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thanks.